I'll go to Prabhloch. I just want to respond to your 2 points, and then I'll go to Prabhloch so everybody is into this debate. See, I disagree with your view that if people use bad language, that is the bigger issue than filth being there on the mass medium. I would argue on the contrary, that the mass medium would have an impact on the people. And what you put out on the mass medium has a viral impact. Secondly,
of course.
you have held an argument that the mens rea or the guilty mind is not there. On what basis do you say that? Because going by the physical expressions, the laugh, the common intent to cause shock value content for which there must have been a monetary compensation paid. Don't tell me Ranveer Alabadia went without money. He knows that if I enter into this space, I will be paid lakhs and crores of rupees. So if I get into putting out these kind of sex jokes about parents, I will get more invitations and I will make more money. So the mens rea is very much there. Also because as one of the biggest commercial platforms on YouTube, he knows that out of every 100 rupees that YouTube makes out of all this content, 55 rupees comes to the content creator. So if you're saying the mens rea is not there, you will have to establish that Samay Raina and Ranveer Alabadia do not know that the money is going to come to them. So the intent is very much there. I'll let Prabhloch counter you. Prabhloch.
Of course.
Thank you, Arnab, for getting me on the show on this very, very important subject.
Yes.
Tanushri. Now, what Tanushri says, I'd like to remind my friends who are defending the show and whatever is, all the filth that the show carries. Your right to stretch your arm ends where my nose begins. This is the basic principle that is attached to the freedom of speech. So when you talk about freedom of speech is supposed to not hurt the society in general. Your freedom is valid till the time it does not hamper my freedom. That is the basic principle. And you go back to 100 years back or more than 100 years back, many jurists have quoted this principle. This is a principle on which the freedom of speech relies upon. The second thing, Arnab, this show, Ranveer Alabadia, all these people, what are they indulging in? They are not just indulging in filth, but in the era of quick commerce, they are indulging in the quickest commerce of filth. They are making money out of this filth. It's a business model like you rightly called out in the beginning of the show. It's a model. You indulge in filth, you indulge in vulgar language, you get more views, you earn more money, you create a controversy around it. This time, hopefully, these guys will not get away with it.
No, easily. I'll give you one more example here. Sorry to interrupt, Prabhloch. I'll give you an example about, sensitivities. Now, it is said here that in the name of free speech, people can make comments. A person called Munawwar Farooqi, who is very much celebrated by the left liberal group, says, I was watching The Burning Train on TV. My father came and told me not to watch such nonsense and turned off the channel. I was like, why so? He says, this is like the video of Godhra Kand. So he made fun of 58 men, women and children being burnt alive by a Muslim mob in the Godhra riots. Then he says that in the Godhra Kand, Hindus were burnt alive. He jokes about Hindus being burnt alive, Jay, and says, but aren't they burnt after dying? Don't they die first and then they are burnt? So, these are...
This is disgusting.
If anybody... Now, this country, Jay got very outraged about Nupur Sharma. But about Munawwar Rana, see, this whole group is... I'm just saying one thing here. Munawwar Rana, Veer Das, I don't know about Rakhi Sawant, Ranveer Alabadia, then Samar Raina, all part of the same ecosystem.
But Arnab, may I say this? They are fringe loonies, and they are rightly boycotted and ignored by the rest of the right-thinking sort of, the rest of us, who don't agree with those views. But may I say this? The gentleman who spoke before me, very respectfully, I mean, he talks about my freedom ending where his nose begins.
Yes.
But he shouldn't then bring his nose to his device, turn on YouTube, and then go and watch something.
I have a question here, Jay.
Let's be fair.
Okay, Ranjana's countering you, Jay. Ranjana's countering you. Ranjana Kumari countering Jay. Tanushree, I'll come after that. Tanushree, right after that.
Just say one thing.
This is the argument which has allowed all these platforms to go to any extent, allowing all this kind of content. This is the same thing. You're putting it on people. You're putting it on people to make choices. This is the truncated logic that if you don't want, don't buy it.
Patch directly.
Can you stop a 16-year-old, 15-year-old, 14-year-old from seeing it? Can you stop? If you give sleaze to people.
Okay, I am not clear about one thing here.
People will buy.
I'm not clear about one thing here. I run a news network, okay, and we have 1,600 people approximately working for Republic Media Network. Every morning, I speak to at least 50 to 100 people in our network. Be sure, check your facts, check the pictures. If you have disturbing pictures, morph the content. Be careful of the language. Don't even mispronounce words. There are sensitivities and so on and so forth. I just want to know, Tanushree, from your perspective, if the INB ministry can crack down on MTV roadies too, for vulgar and abusive comment, tell them to put a public apology, on-air scroll for 3 days, right? And if Hardik Pandya and KL Rahul are suspended by the BCCI for offensive comments about women on a TV show, I just want to know why digital should be different. What's the argument here? Digital also reaches people.
I would like to answer that.
Yeah, Tanushree, please.
So as I said, I would also like to respond to Prabhloch sir as well.
Yes.
So Prabhloch sir took us back 100 years. I would like to take you back 1,000 years to the Rig Veda. The Rig Veda, the Indian tradition, is based on Rita and Rin. Ma'am bhi manegi. And you'll agree, ma'am, right? And Rita is supposed to be the natural order. To let a man free is natural order, otherwise there will be chaos. Now coming to the present act you addressed, Arnab ji.
Public order, ma'am.
Now ethics are very
Public
different.
order here.
Sir,
Natural order and public order.
give me a second to complete and then please come in. I mean, I'm open to all input. Ethics are different from law.